Hello everyone, this is Ronnie from YouTube. Maybe you're here to learn more about raw food and everything. I know I had two videos about money and raw food, and I'm going to make another one about that. I don't think there's that much interest in those videos, so maybe I won't make the third one. I don't mind, whatever. But I saw the one of the guys on YouTube who promotes the raw meat diet, who has a channel called Sverige, Sverige. I think he's from maybe Germany or somewhere like that, somewhere in Europe. Not sure exactly if he's Germany or somewhere else. His channel's in English though, and he put up a thing because I was watching some of his videos, and he said, "I'm going to be in Glasgow, which is where I live, and we're going to have a subscriber meetup, and just email me." And I thought, well, I'd quite like to hear what he has to say, about the raw meat diet and stuff. And I was a little bit nervous, like, oh, maybe they're all going to be there eating raw meat, and you're going to be, they're going to try and force you to eat it or something. I don't know. But I sent him an email, and asking about it, and he asked me what my Skype was, and I said, so I gave him my Skype, and I said, "Is that where you're going to share the information of the meetup?" And he said, "I want to see you on camera first, right?" And then, so I messaged him, and he never got back to me basically, so I don't know what happened, but I sent him a couple of messages. I did say that I was doing a fruitarian style diet, but I said to him that I wasn't looking to cause a scene or anything. I was just looking to come and listen to what he had to say, and and meet him and all that. And he just never got back, so I don't know if he didn't want to meet up or the meetup didn't happen. I don't really know, but I made an effort to try and meet this guy, see what he had to say. Obviously, like, I don't agree with what he's promoting. I don't think his information's right, but I'm not going to go and ruin someone else's occasion. I'm not trying to do that. I would have just went along to listen to him, ask him to clarify a few things that I maybe didn't understand, but I wasn't looking to embarrass him or anything like that. And clearly I don't agree with his diet, but I'm something I can't. I don't really want to treat people in a nasty way, you know. I try not to anyway. So I was just curious, because to me, I want to work out why people are doing that, and what's their issue with it, and did they really have a problem with the vegan diet, and all that kind of stuff. Because I watched some of his ex-vegan videos, and one of the latest ones was a guy called Dylan Hunt, I think, who, weirdly enough, I'm pretty sure I've seen a picture of this guy wearing a Fruit Fest t-shirt. This isn't a Fruit Fest t-shirt, but one of the Fruit Fest t-shirts. And I was like, where did he get that Fruit Fest t-shirt from? He wasn't at the festival, so I've no idea who got that t-shirt from. So, but he was a fruitarian, but now he's eating raw meat, a raw meatarian. And he was going through his whole story, and it was so totally clear. Like, I'm listening to the story, and he's like, I was bulimic, I was, anorexic. And I'm like, you really think the vegan diet is what made you really skinny when you're telling us that you're bulimic? It was crazy. And the thing with the fruitarian diet is you can get really skinny on a fruitarian diet, because, and this is what people don't get, most of you who eat like a normal diet or whatever, or you're eating a diet that's not fruit, you are eating a diet in response to the pain in your stomach, which isn't a natural pain, shouldn't really be there, but the pain in your stomach, the addictions you have to foods, cravings, things like that. But a lot of it's to do with basically being compelled to eat. Whereas on a fruitarian diet, especially if you're 100% fruit, if you were to do that, and I think he was doing something like that, which isn't what I'm doing right now, but some people do eat 100% fruit. It's very easy to undereat. And people get into these pure mindsets where it's like, well, I'm just going to eat whole fruits. I'm not going to have smoothies or juices. And this is all to do with weight loss. Like a lot of the time people are thinking like that because of weight loss. And they're worried about eating too much fruit. And they never really make that connection that fruit doesn't really put a lot of weight on people. It always tends to do the opposite. And whenever people say to me, well, that doesn't work for me, when I eat fruit I gain weight, but that's not the only thing they're eating, you know. So if you ate just cooked food, and as most people are, you can see that that's where people gain weight. It's mostly eating cooked food. And when you see people that almost entirely eat fruit, they're almost always thinner, you know, thinner, skinnier people. So fruit's never really an issue when it comes to weight gain, but that's what's in a lot of people's heads. So this guy, he was talking about being bulimic. He was talking about being abused when he was younger. So he's obviously got some maybe mental health concerns. Maybe that's contributed to his bulimia. It didn't sound like he had a very stable life. It seemed like he was travelling about all over the place, going to different things. I don't know if he had much community or friendship or whatever. And now he's eating meat and he's gained weight, you know. So I mean, that's good that he's found a way to gain weight, but basically he's eating cooked food again, and he's gained weight. It's very, very simple. We look for like the complex answer, like, oh well, there's some kind of protein that's not in vegan, and that's why people get really skinny. And that's why this guy, like Sverige and all that, their level of nutrition knowledge is so basic that they don't even understand that if someone gets skinny, it's because they didn't eat enough. It's not because the protein was lacking or there was, you know, this is really silly. If someone has an issue with their teeth, it's almost never to do with deficiency, it's to do with tooth decay. If someone has an issue with their mental, you know, they've not got any energy, it's because they're not eating enough. And on it goes. There's really simple answers to all of these questions, but we're looking to make it more complex because we think there's more to it, and there generally isn't. There really generally isn't. So I would have liked to have met the guy. He seems like he might be quite a nice guy. I had no intentions of any of trying to create a menace. Maybe the meetup didn't happen. He might put a video up soon, but I'm assuming that maybe it didn't happen, and maybe that's why I didn't get in touch. But yeah, I really encourage, you know, if you're a vegan or someone, I encourage you to be open-minded to going along, meeting people, speaking to them. Part of what I wanted to do was basically say, listen, I've been going and meet the guy and just sit there and just be like, what's yours? You know, I've been doing this kind of fruitarian diet 7 years, and you know, and I'm not wasting away. Technically, I'm overweight, you know. So, so like, what's the deal, you know? So that's all I wanted to say in this video. Thanks for watching. If you like to get a free book, recipe book, you can go to fruitfest.co.uk and get a free recipe book for joining the Fruitfest newsletter. And thanks for watching the channel. Feel free to put your comments below and request a future video, and share if you like it, but don't share to Facebook because it's no point in doing that for some reason. And yeah, but you can go below the video if you want to share it. There's a share option. You can share it to LinkedIn, Twitter, Reddit, blah blah blah. So if you ever want to share any of my videos, or if you ever want to help me out or whatever, you don't have to, you don't need to give me money. I don't have a Patreon or anything like that, but you can share the videos, and that's just as good. So thank you very much for that if you do, and we'll see you in the next video.